Alright, hi and welcome to the verse. Sorry for the brief delay. Today's going to be a little different again. I realized this is a very development build of the game, so not everything is working in the episode yet, but it's working here. I don't know, active development. So, for the past couple weeks, I've been working on other things too, but much of the focus has been, on getting the inspection system working. I think it's in a pretty good state now. You can see, just little tweaks here and there. When you highlight something, the title gets bigger, and you've got this little crosshair in the center. Should have been there from the start. Could have been there. But another big addition just this week, and it's not done yet, is the lines. This has actually required some custom code that reminded me of learning how to develop in 3D for the first time with voxel, or not voxel physics, vector graphics. But yeah, each of these lines is literally vector graphics, and it's not quite working quite yet. You can see that some of the lines just aren't perfect. They'll get there. I know what needs to be fixed, know how to fix it, just need to fix it. But one of the big things is the data here. This is actually being pulled straight from the much of the data is being pulled straight from the simulation. Others being populated, like the description of the planet. But each of these planets actually has a little bit of a description and data that goes along with it. The day length is off, I think, by a factor of 100. So it's 5 hours instead of 584 hours. Just note that. That's just a typo. I'll get that fixed. Lots of fixes. So yeah. Oh yeah, this planet has... Hi there. This planet has a very long day cycle. But it's just natural variability in a star system. So, and some interest in there because it's a game. But part of this, you'll be seeing that that's a lot of text showing up. That's a lot of text being added to the game. Might be a good time to add translations, and that's exactly our plan right now. All this information is actually being generated from a translation database, basically. I've worked with databases. It's not quite a database, but whatever. So I mean, this is all coming from a database of sorts. And we can actually pull different languages from it. So we actually have a document on Discord right now that has 5 languages that you can start translating it to. If anyone wants to help out translations, head on over to Discord, and there's a channel that's actually set aside for all the localization efforts. We're not going to just throw it into Google Translate and hope for the best. That would be silly, and that would not be accurate. If you're willing to help out with the translation, that document is going to be being filled up pretty frequently. So let's see, is there any, but yeah, what else? Let me look at my documents. Oh yeah, we plan to add, this is just the first inspectable that we plan to add for this first phase. There's 20 that are, will be added. Like, you'll be able to check out what this thing's about, information about it. Why is there so much coffee stuff here? Yeah. We did actually have to, at least temporarily, remove all the pickup items. So like, there was a nice little powder printer here. Story-wise, it doesn't actually make sense for them to be there yet, but they will be making a comeback, I promise. Let's see. I wish I could introduce the localization table, but it's an Excel spreadsheet. It's got the English translation. That's what I know. I know a bit of Spanish too, but I'm not. I'm not going to be doing those translations just because I don't know enough. And the UI and subtitles in that document will be coming later. If you want to populate that, thank you. Otherwise, I'll be doing that pretty soon. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool addition to the game to actually get some translations for. I know we've had a lot of French speakers and German, Russian. No one in Spanish yet, but I kind of added that to the document too, just because I imagine people who speak Spanish will want to play this game too. And if there's other languages that you want added, mention them, or the document is open for public, so you could just add it in. So yeah. Yeah. So the next things, I've been working on this inspection system, but I have not forgotten. There's still a lot of moon mining systems to complete, namely, yeah, that will be getting more attention. Also, just a button that says close. Yeah, that's not intuitive. So let's see. So next up, we'll be adding the metal production and processing equipment to the moon. We're thinking that I'll reveal a bit of episode 2, just the mechanics that will be added and the phases that will be added in. No spoilers. It's very slight spoilers. So first you'll be picking up metal meteorite material. There's not much of this, and it's kind of just metal mix. Not great properties, but it's just enough to get you going in the metal processing. And then you'll be taking the sifted materials that you actually got from, let's see if I can set it up real quick. Just set up a sifter. Just get it down. Yeah, and you can no longer do that. Yeah, you're welcome. It's a little less confusing. Let's get the sifter going. Oh yeah, and common parts. That maybe could be a little bit better. Okay. And the music. Wonderful music. Yeah. Okay, so you'll be taking this is actually working. Not quite. Anyway, you'll be taking, like, if you need, first you'll be needing to make aluminum, so you'll need to be concentrating that up to a certain percentage. I'm not sure. It's probably going to be like 80%, in that range. And then moving that to an inert smelter, which will just make you raw aluminum. So now then you can take that aluminum and make some metal parts with it. But of course there's more metals than just aluminum, as we're alluding to with the iron and titanium and even silicon here, that you'll need to use for different parts. And this is really the first time that we're going to be introducing very specific materials. We like the way the ceramics work in terms of it's all just a mix, and then you separate it. Going forward, it's not going to be like that, but that's because, for when you get away from ceramics, in reality, you're getting away from the mixtures you're getting into like pure materials. So like aluminum is aluminum. It's not aluminum alloy unless it's actually made as an aluminum alloy specifically. So that's going to be I think a fun transition. It gives more breadth to the gameplay, and I think it's, I don't know, I'm geeking out. I always do that. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. What else do we have? Live and uncut. Yeah, looking at notes. Yeah. And yeah, later episodes we'll see alloys, but not in episode 2. I don't think in episode 2. So you'll be getting your aluminums, your iron, and chromium. Oh, and you will make one alloy. I lied. You're going to make a stainless steel with iron and chromium. 11% by weight. That thing. So, yeah, you'll be putting it into another, let's see, just another structure that will then take your 2 pure metals and make an alloy from that. So yeah, and that's what. Just trying to think through all the buildings that will be in. You'll have one for melting down the metals into parts. Although I think you will have a cast. Well, maybe. Oh, we could do something really cool with that. We've been going over if it should do it with the powder or the printer and just have it being metal, and then it prints the part, or if it should be like the ceramic printer makes a cast and then you cast the metal. That would be cool, but it might be a little too complex game mechanic wise. But yeah, we'll get it. But anyway, there will be something that will cast the material. There's something that's going to, the inert smelter will smelt down materials. Oh, it will be separating the aluminum from the oxygen, and also the chromium from the oxygen as well. I think those two can be, at least theoretically. There's inert smelters going online for aluminum, like as we speak right now. So that will be definitely a future tech that's going to be there. And then there's other metals that can that have that potential too. But for game mechanic purposes, it won't be all of them. So, let's see what else. So yeah, and then we're going to have the other thing that's going to be pretty cool, the thermite smelter. You're going to actually feed in metal, aluminum, and it will, if it's heated up and added with like silicon, it will literally thermally react with the silicon and the oxygen, and you'll end up with aluminum oxide again from your aluminum metal, and then you'll end up with silicon metal. And this is a very energy producing process, so there's going to be like, explosions coming from the building. Well, I mean, the building won't be exploding, but it's very energy. There's a lot of energy in that reaction. So just implementing that and adding that to your metal processing descriptions. This is all cool and fun science that we're adding to the game. As far as that, this will not be as long of a stream as it was last week. Last week was just going over the orbital mechanics, and there was a lot to explain. There will be more videos like that in the future. Like maybe I'll go over into the sifter density sifting. This is actually a pretty complex simulation that's happening in the background, and it's happening in like real time. But it's like not, well, I think it's affecting my frame rate a little bit. But yeah, this music, I like it. So yeah, we've got high hopes for the future. I think we're on a good track. Good games take time to develop, and if you want to break new ground by implementing, sciences into the game, it takes time. But this is an experience that I don't think many other teams could really make happen, and here it is. Much more work to come, much more work to do, much more content to come. But with that, I think I'm out for the week. Yeah, I'll be back next week with more updates. I'm hopeful that the inspectables will be done, and not only done, but actually like you'll be able to look at more than just the orbits, the Pythagoras planet system, because there's a lot of care that we've been putting into just making the station look like it's real and looking like you can actually everything has some sort of science behind it, including hydroponics that is almost ready to go. I'll be talking to the artist to see if we can just kind of open that up a little bit, because I'm starting to think that paid for players should be able to see what's going on in this behind the closed doors, basically. Literally see how the development is progressing in terms of artistically, and you're seeing it game mechanic wise, but there's a lot more going on there. Also, I changed a lot of the orbital mechanics, so now the moon is no longer locked. It's just the rotation of the station is I think twice as fast as it should be. I'll get that fixed. Another thing to fix. Yay. Alright, anyway, I'm the developer. I'm used to fixing things, bug fixing, so yeah. So, until next week, stay safe in the verse. See ya. Oh, comments, if there are any. Nope. Yeah, no one. Yeah. If there are any comments, either put them in the chat and I'll see them and respond, or head on over to Discord and I'll be there. All right. Thanks for watching.